Hi everyone and welcome to Sparks in the Kitchen. I'm Ross Martha Sparkle and this is my kitchen. And today we're going to make falafel. Yay! Falafel. It is a word of love. I falafel for people who don't like it and I question their integrity a lot. Anyway, let's go through our ingredients. Our ingredients are, these are garbanzo beans. These have been leached, which means they have been boiled for 10 minutes. I do this because A, it helps reduce the amount of potassium in the beans, and B, I'm going to use them in the food processor, and warm beans grate up better. So we got that going on. We have about a half a cup of cilantro. This is cut up cilantro. You can use parsley if cilantro tastes like soap to you. Cilantro is just lower in potassium. I like it better. We have our spices, which is a good teaspoon of smoked paprika, a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of cumin. We also have some coriander that I'm going to have to grind up in the Roman-style molcajete. We have matzoh-meal because we're binding with matzoh-meal today. This is 4 tablespoons of matzoh-meal. This is a little over a half a cup of green onion. And then I've got 1 small shallot. It's a very happy shallot. It's making me cry as I'm talking to you. And then I've got 3 nice cloves of garlic that I've diced up. So without further ado, let's get started. And actually, the first thing I'm going to start with is the grinding of the herbs, because it's just not really cooking if you don't grind. So I'm going to actually put all of my herbs in there. I want that coarse kosher salt in there to help me grind everything up. It's not going to take a billion years. Oh, there's also a teaspoon of baking powder in this recipe. Let's hope I remember to put that in at the right time. Ooh, this smells so good. I haven't even started cooking yet and it smells good. The delightful herbs of the Middle East. Okay, so now I've got it ground up to a beautiful powder. This is perfect. We'll set this aside. And you know what? We're not going to set it aside immediately because I know myself. And I know that I will forget this 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Don't use baking soda. Won't give you the effect. But now I know if I put it in there, I won't forget about it. Let's go ahead and pop these in. I almost said microwave. Let's go ahead and pop these in the food processor. Again, these are nice and warm. They'll grind up better when you do that. And as I'm grinding these up, I'm going to grind them up with, there it is, right there in plain sight. I'm going to do a good amount of olive oil, probably a heavier 2 tablespoons. I don't want any mishaps. My luck, that will happen. Let's post this through a little bit. Go ahead and grind it up, and it'll take a minute. All right, let's take a look and see what it's doing. Oh, perfect. It's perfect. It's just perfect. I love it when perfect happens. So let's get ourselves a nice plain bowl. And I'm looking for a magic scrapula. What I really like is Chip. There it is. This is Chip. He is my very favorite scrapula. See why he's named Chip? He's been named Chip since I got him 452 years ago. Doop-de-doo. Doop-de-doo. Okay, from here, we're just going to put in the rest of our ingredients. There's no rhyme or reason in it. I don't want to miss out on those molecules of onions. It smells so good. So I'm going to mix all this up with my very favorite chef tool. And the texture that I'm looking for is a little heavier. It's a thicker paste is what I'm looking for. So it needs to hold together like a dough, but not but it'll still be sticky. And what's going to happen is we're going to let this rest for 20 minutes in the fridge. The matzoh will do its thing and help set it, and it will be much easier to roll into balls. All right, it's been about 20 minutes, and our falafel dough is, oh, it's just right where I want it to be. So I'm going to turn it out on a board. I think I'm going to turn it out on a board. Oh, that smells so good. It smells so good. And I'm going to bring this all together. And as I'm kneading this up real fast, again, I'm just bringing it together so I can portion it out. I do have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. And I'm just going to gather this together real fast. I'm going to powder my hands actually a little bit. And why am I doing this? Because I like mostly even portions, and I'm really bad about the weighing it. You can, of course, use a scale, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make about a dozen servings, about a dozen little patties. And so we know that that's about 6. A little more than 6 on that side. So we know that that's about 6. So let's go ahead and even this up a little bit. And I apologize for the fumbling and bubbling. I'm ready to eat. And I am going to, again, keep my hands powdered, not oiled. I'm going to roll these up into balls. And again, they do not have to be perfect balls. And it's okay if they're kind of close together. These are not going to grow in the oven. They're just going to bake. We're going to smash them flat a little bit. We're going to give them a little brushy brush with some olive oil. And then we're going to bake for 10 minutes on one side, flip them over, brush the other side, and bake them for another 10, and then they'll be ready to go. All right, let's smash these flat into patties. Again, amoeba shape is fine. I just am trying to make it so the edges don't fall apart. Because that would be rude of me. And I'm going to touch the top with a little olive oil. Actually, I'm going to touch the top with quite a bit of olive oil. And into the oven it goes. Again, we're going to do 10 minutes. And then we're going to flip them over, oil them, and do it again. Let's go ahead and make our salad and our tzatziki. We're going to start with our salad first. On this plate, I do have some cucumbers that I've gone ahead and seeded. These are English cucumbers. Remember, you can use any cucumbers that you want. If you're going to use American-style cucumbers, just the plain ones you get in the produce aisle at the store, remember that you have to take the seeds out. I electively took the seeds out. And you have to take the seeds out of the American ones because they're watery, and it will affect the texture of your salad. I also have some cherry tomatoes. These are snacking tomatoes that I've just cut in quarters. Well, I've got some of them cut in quarters. I'm going to cut the rest of them with you here. I do have some very nice feta cheese. I have some fresh dill and some fresh mint. This is a red onion, and this is a very happy and proud shallot. And I also have half of a Meyer lemon that I'm going to juice. So real quickly, since they're on the board, I am just taking my tomatoes, and the bigger ones I'm cutting into quarters. And the littler ones I'll put into halves. And traditionally, you would have like tomatoes and onions and your greens. Why am I putting these together? This is specifically for portion control on my cheese and on my tomatoes. So by making a salad, I can better control the portion. Because given my druthers, I would eat all the tomatoes. And that would ruin my count for the day. 3/8 of an inch. You don't have to be precise. Don't slice them too thin. Don't slice them too thick. About here. That's perfect. Next thing I'm going to do is slice up my shallot. I'm going to slice that up nice and thin because nobody really wants a big bite of shallot. So I'm just cutting it in half, and then I'm just going to slice it nice. You do not have to use shallot. You can use red onion. You can use white onion. You can use green onion. An onion is an onion is an onion. I just had some shallots that were screaming at me that they wanted to be used. So I thought I better use them. So I'm actually using shallot and a little bit of red onion. And now, haha, almost time to flip our falafels. Go. I've got my dill and my mint rolled up in a nice little roll, and I'm just going to chop it up. Not too fine. I don't want powder, but I don't want big chunks either. I want them all to blend. This is a job for super bench scraper. And we'll go ahead and toss in our cheese. And our tomatoes. Ha-ha! 'Tis time to flip the falafel. One moment. Oh my gosh. Okay, the last thing I'm going to put into this salad, I'm going to squeeze in the juice of half of this Meyer lemon. I am going to add one more thing to this salad. This is an election. This is basically finished. You just let this sit until your falafel is done. It will be marinated and perfect for your topping. But if you want to give it a little sparkly kiss, you can throw in a little vinegar, little red wine vinegar, and it'll be absolutely beautiful. I forgot that I had made this gorgeous Greek dressing. This is a Greek vinaigrette. And I made it about a week ago, and it needs to get used up. If I can open it, we can have it. And I'm not going to use that. Now that I've popped it open. I'm just going to put a little kiss of that in. Not too much. I don't want it to overpower the flavor of the vegetables, and I certainly don't want it to overpower the flavor of anything else we're going to put on our lunch today. I just want to give it smooches. And now we're going to make some tzatziki. I'm going to start it off in this bowl here. This is just one small container of sour cream. Again, I'm using sour cream because as a person with CKD, sour cream has less potassium than yogurt does. Traditionally, you would use yogurt. If you don't have a problem, you don't have to watch your potassium and count it, then please use yogurt. It actually will work better. But I'm using sour cream today. And to my sour cream, I'm going to go ahead and cut up my herbs. And this is mint and dill, just like in our salad. I want those common flavors. And I'm just going to roll them up. And these I am going to chop very finely. That is an election. If very fine is not in your category, don't worry. Just chop them up. It's going to be great. Oh, Mr. Amazing Bench Scraper. All right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to finely chop up some onion. This is just like the upper part of the onion, and this is an election. This is going to make a little more texture than what we're used to, but I like to use onions in absolutely everything. So I'm going to cut them as small as I can. With green onions, you need to make sure that your knife is very, very, very sharp. Always keep a sharpened knife. It's more dangerous to use a dull knife than it is a sharp knife. Just checking my time on my falafels. All right, I'm going to squeeze in this lemon juice. This is the other half of the lemon that was in the salad. And I'm squeezing it every place except in this bowl. Good. The last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grate some cucumber and some garlic. And I'm just going to use a box grater for this. And I'm grating on the very fine side because I don't want chunks of cucumber. I want bits of cucumber. And this does sort of grate into kind of a mush, but kind of a grate. All right, I'm also going to grate my garlic. And who's our hero of the day? Oh Magic bench scraper. And I'm actually going to put about 5 or 6 shakes of salt. And I'm going to put a whole lot of pepper because I like pepper. And because I'm a me and I gotta find it, I'm putting chili powder in mine because I like it. And if you're asking, I'm using a New Mexico red, but oftentimes I use a Red Hatch. Give that a mix. This does not take too long to flavor meld because we box grated the cucumber and the garlic. It's sinking in right this very moment. Ooh, that is so good. And it's like a little bit of sage away from being ranch dressing. All right, 35 seconds while I wash my board. All right, and here is the falafel that we made together. I ended up adding another 2 minutes on the cook time. So on the second side, I cooked it for 12 minutes instead of 10. It made it nice and crunchy on the outside. Check this out. It's just beautiful and tender on the inside. It's hot as fire. I'm burning myself just for my love of you. But it's beautiful on the inside. We will be serving this today with these wonderful pita breads that we made, our whole wheat pita breads, our wonderful hummus, this beautiful cucumber and onion and tomato salad that we made, and our homemade tzatziki, which is made with sour cream. This meal in its entirety is CKD friendly. I hope you try this meal at home, or at least any of the recipes. I will make sure that it is posted to my website, www.sparksinthekitchen.com. I will also put it in the description of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and leave your comments. Let me know if there's recipes that you would like to adapt, or if you tried this recipe and you adjusted it, or you just really liked it. Please let me know. Thank you so much. I enjoyed our time together. You keep being good and keep being groovy. Bye. It's beautiful. It's marvelous. It's magical. I'm just mincing up garlic because it's a good hobby to have. And it would be nice as if this were hot. Not sparkly vampires. I want like the scary ones. Come at me, bro. Go ahead. Garlic check. Better to be safe than sorry.
Oh, you flipped off the camera.
No! I'm trying to be socially graceful. Trying. But you know what I need to get now? Is I need to get the mortal and pest, the Roman molcajeta. Molcajeta on the cutting board. Because it's just not a cooking adventure until you grind something up. Because how long is it actually going to take to ground coriander? I shouldn't say that. I feel free. So on this plate, let's have my dog play the tambourine. All right, now that we've got the falafel in the oven, let's start working on our tzatziki. And we're going to make a quick salad. But I'm going to make the quick salad first, actually. It's a powerful little Jedi. I was thinking I would lick the spoon, but maybe not. I feel like my mom saying, I don't want to hear there's nothing to eat. I said that to my mom exactly one time. Remo never goes outside. He's allergic to outside. Are you kidding? Out, Remo, go outside. Wah! Wah!